Hello, and welcome to Pressed into Purpose podcast. On this episode, we continue our conversation. Well, let's talk about ministry specifically. So you said you accepted your call pretty much right after you all got married. And you briefly mentioned that you shut a church down, and we now know that you all are pastors again. So can you give us a picture of what that journey has looked like for you all, accepting the call? And I'm just gonna go out here and say it. You are a preacher. So both of you accepting the call, and then accepting the call to ministry, but then also accepting the call to pastor. What has that looked like, and how has that shaped your marriage?
First of all, it happened quick. Mm-hmm. So after the marriage, after the baby was born, after my first sermon, I jumped right into ministry, serving. Mm-hmm. Prior to that, I'll say this. As a musician, I went through that journey. I was a musician, and I was the assistant MD, then I was the choir director, then I was the first praise and worship leader for my church. So I was already being groomed to be up front.
Gotcha.
And so after that time, I was already in the place where, I was getting familiar with the mic, being in front of people. So I was transitioning from the drums type of deal. And so when I became the praise and worship leader, that's when, right around the time we got married. And so when I accepted my call, I was already used to serving. So I already knew how to serve. I was just serving at a different capacity because I was led to become my pastor's armor bearer.
Okay.
Pastor at the time didn't know nothing about armor bearing. So I'm sitting around like an idiot grabbing Bibles, and he like, give me my Bible. That wasn't a thing back then. Mm-hmm. And so I went through that journey, serving. I became, I don't know if I can say this, but I was a favorite, son of the house, to the point where my pastor kind of, cuffed me.
Okay.
So he was walking me through stuff, preaching and Bible class, communion classes, baptism. I mean, he's just walked me through all of that stuff. And so served there, did all of that. Then we got to a threshold. So I had an opportunity to become the youth pastor. Okay. At another organization from Apostle Robbie Wilkerson, who went to Jordan Temple with me. Okay. I had an opportunity to go with him because at this time I started feeling that pastoral grace. Okay. And so my pastor released me to be with Apostle Rob, and that's when I discovered, like, out of the four walls of the church ministry. Like, they was having noonday service with recovering drug addicts, and the street people were in there, as they call them, you know. And so it's 12 o'clock, we doing a session, and we going to a full deliverance. 30 people get saved. You know, it was stuff like that I had an opportunity to witness because this church was very community driven. Okay. So I had an opportunity to see that. And because I was taking her along with me, she had been going through this whole intercessor thing.
Powerful intercessor.
Went to Living Word, got all of this stuff. And so when we transitioned to this new place, it was like an open door to all of the stuff that we had been thinking about doing. Okay. And so I'm being groomed to be a pastor. She's being groomed to be an intercessor, dealing with the prophetic, the whole nine. And so we served there, and he came, the pastor at the time said, okay, it's time, get you out of here because, you're ready. Yeah. And so he released us. We started a church in 2010. We started the Worship Center Church in Maywood. Okay. And so we did that 6 years. During that time, Apostle Reggie was my mentor. Okay. I had already knew him from being in the community choir and all of that.
Judah sang at our installation.
Sang at my installation. No, Lifeline Praise Team sang at my installation.
Was it Lifeline Praise Team?
Okay. And so, we already had a relationship, and so he was really close to me, and so I was always pulling on him with something. That mentoring space transitioned to being my pastor. Okay. And so once he became my pastor and we joined Lifeline. Mm-hmm. And so myself along with the church, we became broke covenant with Lifeline. Mm-hmm. And so that time, that's when my mom had passed.
Okay.
The very next year,
my mom transitioned. And when her mom transitioned, here it is. We're in church, and I have an open vision during the start of our church service. They singing and everybody, and I'm just sitting in the corner, and I have an open vision of my wife having a nervous breakdown. This is during service. It's an open vision, so I can see it as clear as day.
Okay.
Her mom is gone. She's struggling. She has a nervous breakdown. Service stops. Everybody's panicking, screaming, the whole nine. Ambulance come. All of this. I'm seeing this during service. And so once that moment is over and, I come to, I couldn't shake that vision. Yeah. And so I'm like, hey, Lord, what's going on? Because this is my primary responsibility.
Right.
And so I remember clearly in my time of prayer, God says to me, I need you to take care of your bride and I'll take care of mine. And I really didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, I was going to say, what did that mean to you?
I'm like, okay, what are we talking about? And it just so happened that Pastor Reggie and I had been talking about merging because he was always asking me, is ministry where you want it to be? What is it that you're not doing that you want to do? And I'm like, I want to be broad. I want to do certain things. I want to do this and another. And so in conversation, he and I was talking, and he flat out asked me, like, have you ever considered just, shutting it down, spending the season at Lifeline?
Wow.
And when he said it, I was like, no, I haven't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the pastor. Like, what do you mean?
Right.
But I kept hearing God say, take care of your wife, and I'll take care of my church. Yeah. And I talked to her about it. And at this point, she's not at nervous breakdown status.
Yeah.
But I was all the way
she
checked
close.
out.
Like, she checked out.
Okay.
And so, long story short, we merged our church. We shut our church down, merged with Lifeline. And we didn't even make an announcement. And Prophet Michelle McLean stood us up and said,
at a
revival or whatever.
Lifeline.
And she says, you didn't miss God. You heard him right.
Okay.
And she says, success is defined by obedience.
Whew. That's why you had to bring obedience in there earlier. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And when she said that, I looked over at Pastor Reggie because nobody knew this. Like, it was just me and him talked. Yeah. My wife didn't even know it was a done deal.
Wow.
It was just me and him. And that lady said, God says you're doing the right thing. Success is defined by obedience. And then she starts prophesying about different platforms. She said, God is going to enlarge your ministry for you to be on there's a big platform that God is creating for you. And he's going to prepare you and blah. At this time, I'm done. Yeah. So,
and so was Pastor.
They holding me up at this point.
Right.
So, needless to say, we transitioned to Lifeline. We served.
It literally was the next Sunday.
Yeah.
We shut the church down.
Oh, my God.
Like, we were like, at this, we heard God.
Period.
But we prepped.
But the week before that, though, remember, we had a meeting with Pastor, and he says, I'm not rushing the decision. However, go back, pray about it, hear God.
Yeah.
We'll have a meeting next week, Thursday.
Okay.
So we can kind of talk about what the Lord said. The revival was like Tuesday. Oh. So we had been praying about it. So when she gave us that word, it wasn't even nothing else to say.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we prepared our leaders in transition, and I laid it out, and we walked through it for about a month, and we transitioned. In the first year at Lifeline, we didn't really do a lot. because she just needed to heal.
Yeah.
I did absolutely nothing.
Me, on the other hand, he was like, yeah, come on in because you got to do this. I need this.
Yeah.
And so I got right to work. And so we served at Lifeline for 7 years.
8
years. And during the 8 years, I think the exposure to global ministry, the exposure to all of the tools that you need to really do ministry, we got.
Okay.
I was able to see, behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
How to do staff meetings. Like, what are we talking about? How to have a team, how to do shared leadership, portion order, all of these things that the Lord knew that I would need.
Yeah.
I got.
Okay.
And then the key thing was we were able to do ministry on this platform that this lady prophesied to us. And so, because if you remember, I don't know how long you guys was at Lifeline, but when we first got there, it was the stage wasn't that big. And so they brought
brown, right?
It was, and they brought it out and added.
Wow.
And so,
It was like a little circle on the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we got there after. We came after that, I believe.
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And so my first time preaching at Lifeline, that was the platform.
Wow. When
And
they had
so
just enlarged.
They had just enlarged.
extended it. And
Come on,
I'm
God,
thinking-
and enlarge
and
it.
so
Right.
I went there. Then we went to Monterrey,
Mexico.
Mexico. So now I'm international now.
Yeah.
You can't tell them nothing now.
I got an interpreter. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what we've been waiting on, God. And so just being able to be a part of all of that and soak up all of that and, walk through ministry, working alongside of Apostle and Pastor London, just opening our eyes to the different avenues of ministry.
Yeah.
And it looks different, as a senior leader versus I'm just a preacher at the church.
That is
minister
true.
at the church. And so I was able to see a lot of things. And so, long story short, we talked about, going back out. We talked about that a few times, and we considered a lot of different things. And, it just wasn't the timing of God, and some things came up, and COVID happened, and all of this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I got a call from one of my friends, and he says, "Hey man, I'm moving to Indianapolis because I need to take over my dad's church, and I need your help." And he says, "I know you're at the church, but if you can carve out a Sunday a month or something like that, just to help me cover my pulpit and help me out."
Okay.
And so I love the guy, so I'm like, yeah, no problem. And so I went one Sunday, then I went another Sunday, and then 5 or 6 months later, I had been going there once a month, and that turned into, interview process, resume, all of that.
Okay.
And it just kind of happened. Like everything is crazy because like everything in our life had just happened. Everything was just happening. That's how stuff works in our life.
Okay.
It just happened. When we rented our first house, it's funny, she gonna laugh. We met with this lady, and I don't think we had good credit or nothing.
Okay.
And we talked to this lady, this house in Maywood, and she said, "Man, there's something about y'all. I'm gonna let y'all rent this house."
She said, I got other interviews, but it's yours.
And it just happened.
Just
Okay.
happened.
And I feel like everything, we've done in ministry, it just happened. Our first location just happened.
Just happened.
It wasn't a whole, we gotta find a spot. I called the guy, he was like, yeah, you could get it.
Wow.
And so that situation, when we moved to our other space, met with the pastor, he was like, man, it's just something about you. Yeah, y'all can come Sunday, And so that just speaks to the hand of favor that's on our lives. And so now, after serving for 8 years, learning all of this stuff, God puts us in a church way out
it is far, people.
in
It's far
East
from
Chicago,
the city.
Indiana.
It's not that far.
From here, it's like 35.
Enlarge my territory.
You got to take the back way.
Gotta take, the back
The
way.
back way. And so God entrusted us with this amazing assignment
Yeah.
to take over a historical landmark church
Wow.
in East Chicago, Indiana, which is just right across the border.
It's across the street from Chicago.
Right.
Yeah. and the journey is interesting because I feel like our whole journey in ministry prepared us for this.
Yeah.
And so we received the assignment. Apostle came last year, brought the whole church. To this day, I believe that's one of the biggest installations ever in that area.
Wow.
You know,
We had a good time too, listen, in the Holy Ghost.
we did.
It's
A beautiful church, amazing group of people. And, you know, God has been faithful with just giving us everything we need to lead them
Amen.
into the next season.
It's been a year, right?
It's been 1 year. We just 1 year went quick.
It did.
But we've made some major milestones. And so now we're just prepping to go forward.
Okay.
And so that's the ministry journey. Yeah, did I miss something?
A few things, but it's okay.
You want to fill in the gaps?
So for him, I think he knew that he had a call on his life to preach. And of course, it happened fast after we had our baby boy. For me, not that fast.
Okay.
Right.
Because I never considered myself a pulpit preacher. I'm like, that's not me.
Okay.
But I felt the pull to pray.
Okay.
Always been that, even as a kid. I was raised in a Christian home. My mama loved God.
Yeah.
So that's what I knew. Going to church was just what we knew. And so I had this pull to pray, but I didn't understand what it was. So it's funny. I went to my pastor and said, I feel a pull of ministry. Same pastor that married us. And he says, all right, we're going to schedule it for you to preach your first sermon. I said, wait, time out.
Right, wait.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
Little did I know, he saw it on me.
Wow.
But I thought it was something different because I was just afraid to say, yes, I'm a preacher.
But wow, can we just pause for a second, because in the African American church, it has not always been popular for women or accepted for women to preach.
And this was a Baptist church.
That's what I'm saying. So for an African American pastor, male pastor to say to you,
Yeah.
I see it, and come on and let's do it, right, without any hesitation, that's a blessing in itself. I just wanted to pause
And there were women, women preachers
Yeah,
already there.
Okay.
So I think he was just like, we're going to just put her in line with everybody else. But I'm 25. I just got married. I'm like, wait, no, I'm not preaching. I just want to pray.
Yeah.
But if
Pray and preach.
Right. But if you know anything about the traditional Baptist church back in those days, they didn't know what that meant. It was like, either you're going to preach or that's it, because
That's
go to the
what
choir,
we got. Right.
be on the usher board.
Period.
What else is there?
Exactly. That's true.
And so when I said I was called to be an intercessor, not taking anything from him, but I think he was like, now what does that mean for this church though?
Right.
What does it mean for this church? Yeah. And so I went to Living Word. I had classes for intercessory prayer, School of Ministry. And through my love of understanding ministry, it evolved into, now I'm ready to accept the full call to preach.
Okay.
And so just,
When we was at New Birth.
that's when we were under Apostle Robbie Wilkerson.
Okay.
And there has been no greater trainer in ministry than that moment.
Wow.
Like he literally walked me through what being a preacher looked like. It wasn't just getting in the pulpit and being a preacher. You say you are a minister of the gospel.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you get the mic all the time.
That is true.
Because there are going to be times where you're going to have to minister to the person on the bus or the crackhead that's on the streets. Yeah. And what does that look like for you? And so he taught Bible. He taught us process, how to baptize, how to marry, how to bury, all the things that came along with this call.
Yeah.
But the most important thing was he taught us how to live right.
Okay.
Your first call is your
He
call to
said,
righteousness.
before I allow you to get in this pulpit and stand before these people, have you accepted a call to righteousness?
Come on.
Yeah, it was unheard
And that was unheard of.
Yeah.
I had never heard that before. I was like, accept the call to what? Though we were living
Right.
no one had ever asked or even said it or mentioned it. So that meant everything to me.
Wow.
So walked out that process. And like he said, he had this vision when we started the worship center after losing Mom. I told God I will never preach again. Because I didn't. I didn't.
That's grief talk.
It was grief.
Yeah.
I could not fathom the thoughts that he took my mama. I said, God, you could have took anybody else. Okay.
I mean, just real talk. That's
And let me have a truth moment, Sam.
for real.
I gave God a list. I said, he ain't living right.
Here's a hit list.
She over there acting the fool.
Here's the sin hit list.
Here's the list. But you took my mama.
Her name ain't on this list, God.
Listen, I gave him a list. I could not understand why it had to be her time because I said, God, this is me.
Yeah.
Like, we go to church, we pay our tithe. I gave God a condition to say, I can't believe you did this to me because look what I do for you.
That's real talk right there.
And it wasn't out of ignorance. It was out of pain.
Yes.
It was literally out of pain. So
Yes.
I never, maybe first 5 years after my mom's transition, I didn't look at it as my mom transitioned to heaven. My language was God took my mama from me. I was angry.
Wow. Okay.
So talk about support.
I was angry.
Because I knew she was angry. So I had to really undergird, because at this time, I'm going to Mexico and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ministry is all right.
Right.
He enjoying himself.
I'm in Mexico.
And
Jesus.
she like, this the
And I'm like,
And she's like,
And you going out preaching?
right. But here's the thing. Even in my anger, I loved God so much.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, I think a lot of my grief said, I know it's wrong to be mad at God. This is not how I was raised. This is not what I should do. But I just feel like you took something from me that was important. And again, Sam, it was inevitable. I knew she was leaving. I was like, but God, not right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready.
yeah, because she left suddenly.
Very sudden.
See, my mom, at least I got the
diagnosis.
the prep.
Right.
Wasn't no prep with Mama Clara. It was
Woke
like
up one
boom.
day and she was gone.
Yeah.
You know.
She passed away at home. We had to go find her.
Right.
So it was one of those.
It was one of them.
And being an only child, I didn't have anybody to lean on. So I'm trying to lean on him. And reality says he just lost his mama twice.
Got you.
True.
So it was so hard. And Pastor probably doesn't even know this, but he saved my life
Okay.
by pushing me to continue to do ministry. I didn't want to. I was like, I don't want to be called preacher at your church. And I literally told him, don't call me pastor nothing.
Wow.
I don't want to. I don't want to preach. I don't want to get on the mic. Don't ask me to pray.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to sit here. I just want to be here. And you better hope I come.
Because God took some.
Because God took my mama. And I'm mad. So
And he was
he was strategic. Because on purpose, he would be like, Pastor Kitch, come here and pray with this person. Because she just lost her mama and I know you can identify. And in my mind,
You like, really?
I got the same thoughts that you said you would have. And you're like, if people knew.
Right,
thinking.
right.
And I know I just told him. Now, Pastor, I love you.
Listen.
But you foul, man.
Right now.
You know what you're doing.
Ain't you glad you listened to another voice and now yours?
But the more he had me minister,
Yeah.
the more something just broke.
Yeah.
And what broke wasn't that I didn't grieve her any longer. It was the disdain that I had towards God.
Okay.
My thought patterns and the way I perceived my mom's death shifted.
Okay.
So now I no longer say, God took my mama. I say, my mama transitioned to heaven.
Amen.
that's a transfer of trust.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
The ministry, the whole journey has been a trust. You know what I'm saying? A journey of trust. and believe in God and trust in God. It's just those moments that happen where it's like, what? Okay, like what just happened?
Yeah.
Because listen, I was going back to the club.
Not to the club.
I was like, God, we're not doing this.
I was past the club.
I can't believe you. That's what I said. I can't believe you took my mama. I'm finna go get me a drink. That's what I'm finna go do. Because you bogus.
And I was gonna be like, get your little drink and come on home and get over this now.
I was angry. I was so and you know, and people don't be transparent like this. And this is me being transparent.
Listen.
Sam had to take his glasses off. Sam, listen, I was gonna go back to the party, okay? Because if I gotta suffer through it, I might as well suffer through it and have fun. Listen.
Don't encourage this.
But God is faithful.
He is. He will bring you right back around. Listen.
He brought me right back around.
Sometimes we feel like we need to do certain things, and sometimes we just like, I want to do these things.
Yeah.
Because this is where I am right now. I don't really care about nobody else. I don't really care about how nobody feel about it.
Yeah.
This is where I am. Mm-hmm. I had a similar moment when we lost our child after 16 years of marriage. And I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. I had to let God, I did. We've done. What is it? Okay, I don't really want to talk to you right now. Because I'm angry. I don't understand. I'm angry. And what am I supposed to do with this? Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
And isn't it ironic how we run down this list to God as if he doesn't know what we've done?
That part.
He's like, I'm sovereign. I know.
And I've done more for you than you could ever.
And you got the nerve to give me a condition.
Exactly. I know what I'm doing.
I got this all planned out.
Man, listen.
So a thought came to my mind.
Okay.
When you was talking. And the fact that, and the reason the thought came to my mind because of your response to the action. Do you feel that even though you love God, but do you feel that there was a battle between who was first in your life? Was it God or was your mom?
Oh, absolutely.
Man,
that's heavy. So anyone that knows me, my mama was my everything. And I would dare to say that though I had a relationship with God, my relationship with my mama was stronger because she was my voice of God for a long time. She was the voice of God in my life for a very long time. So I did not even know how to build relationship with God as it pertained to grief because she wasn't here. Everything that's good, Sam. Wow. Everything that ever happened in my life, I called her. She was the one that pushed me back to God. I couldn't call her down.
Gotcha. You got no choice now.
I ain't have a choice.
Wow.
So now I got to go to God for myself. And I had to carve out what that looked like for me. It didn't make sense. So now... Wow, that's really good. That's a really good question. No, because I never really looked at it like that until he asked it.
You had a mediator.
She was the voice. She was the voice of God on earth for me.
Yeah.
So every time something happened, my immediate response was, "Let me call my mama." Her first reaction would always be like, "It's okay." Mm-hmm. However, did you pray about it? Here's your scripture. This is what you should read. This is what you should do.
Okay.
So I had a foundation that was built by her for God. It wasn't a relationship that I knew for myself. It was her God that the foundation was built on. So I think her death, though I knew God, I was preaching about God. Reality says there was a part of me that only knew him because of her.
You hadn't been intimate with him.
I hadn't been intimate with him yet and built a relationship that I have now.
Yeah.
And I think her death pushed me into that place.
Wow.
So it was like almost, even though you had a foundation, but technically you were standing on her foundation.
Standing on her shoulders.
And when because you said, suddenly.
Suddenly.
He pulled the rug from underneath you.
And I'm like, now what do I have to stand on?
And so that's why I think that when you talk about, I don't know how we got back to that.
It's all right.
But when you're talking about grief and you're talking about supporting your spouse and how do you get through and walk through these journeys of grief and things like that, grief is always deeper than what we think it is. Because there are layers. Mm-hmm. You know, here I am thinking, you know, I lost my mama too, twice. Mm-hmm. And so I understand you, but my faith, because I understood preparing me for his will part, it hit a little different for me. So I'm like accepting the will of God, and she's like rejecting God. Yeah. And so now here I am, have to keep myself together with my trust and faith, but I got to support her because she ain't there. Yeah. And so...
And on top of that, we have children.
Dad, listen.
Who were babies. When his mom passed, TJ... Our oldest, 16. When your mom passed, he was in 7th grade.
Was he?
Yeah, he hadn't graduated for 8th grade yet. He was in the 7th grade, which means he was about 12.
Okay.
Amari was 6. When my mom transitioned, TJ was a junior in high school, and Amari was about 10. Wow. So they lost their grandmother twice.
Yeah.
At very young ages.
And you have to help them navigate.
So I'm mad at God by telling them, you got to trust God.
Crazy.
Ain't that crazy? Because I knew what to say.
Right. I
knew how to act. I knew how to respond. Because the call on my life was evident.
Yeah.
I had been in church my whole life. Yeah. I can do this with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
So I knew what to say to people in order to get them off my back.
But living it out is different.
But it was completely different when I had to go home without her.
Right. And that's life. We don't talk about that. We don't really deal with that. But at the end of the day, when stuff like this hit, if you're not where you need to be, this thing can take you out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The interesting part about that God's will thing is, you know, you never prepare for his will, but at least you have some type of idea.
Yeah.
And we were together, and I just thought about this. We're doing grief, and we got 2 different perspectives. Mm-hmm. We have one common denominator is we both lost our mom.
Yeah.
But the perspective of the whole God thing was totally different.
Yep.
I'm leaning towards God because I'm like, I got to accept your will. I need your strength. I trust you. Yeah. And she like, I'm done.
I'm like, God,
I'm about
please.
to be a Muslim.
Yeah. No, I wasn't going to be nothing. I wasn't going to be no Muslim. But I wasn't going to be nothing.
She was going back to the club now. I didn't know she was going to be selling beanbags.
So can we roll this into, so as you originally said God took my mother, but now you say my mother has transitioned. So in that space, you had to find some peace, or as you call it, serenity.
I did.
So tell us how that space created serenity.
My mother was serenity. She was the person who, I can come to her and my arm could be falling off. And her response would be, it's okay. And I'm like, it's not okay. Do you see my arm? Hello. But my entire life, my mother was the epitome of what serenity stood for. And I didn't realize until she was no longer here.
Wow.
Because her response to everything was, it's okay. Because in her mind, I got to trust God for a plan.
Yeah.
But I know it's okay.
Yeah.
She was speaking those things that were not. And you're talking about a woman who only had a sophomore education.
Okay.
No high school diploma, no degree, no husband, and raised me off of what she had. Wow. You had to trust God to be in that place.
She did.
Moved from Arkansas to Chicago when she was 19.
Oh, wow.
Because she wanted another life. But she did it with the little that she had.
Yeah.
All she had was God.
Wow.
And that was our foundation.
Okay.
And so maybe 2 days before she passed away, our last conversation, my mom passed on that Thursday. I think I said Tuesday earlier, but I actually talked to her that Tuesday. Our last conversation was that Thursday.
Okay.
And in that conversation, I talked to her about writing a book. I said, I think I want to write a book.
Okay.
And we had this whole conversation. What do you want to write it about? And all of it. I had no name. I had nothing. But I've always been a writer my entire life. Same. And so I knew I loved writing. I didn't know what I wanted to write about. But I said, I think I want to do a devotional.
Wow.
Not realizing that her death was going to cause me to have to write it so I could get some peace.
Yeah.
And so the 30 days of
30 days to a new start.
To a new start was really 30 days for her. Like she went through something every day.
And I didn't write 30 days to a new start for somebody else. Because I was a journaler.
Same.
It was me journaling my thoughts. If you open that book, the first page talks about my mother. And I can't believe that I'm here. Because that's how I started the day after she transitioned. Like, I cannot believe this is my life. And it's called My Lost Heaven's Gain. That's the first page.
Okay.
That's the first page of the book. And so Serenity was birthed because my mother was the woman who she was of peace. And I had to find some peace, but I had to create it.
And you finally leaned in.
I did.
To what she had taught you that you hadn't quite embraced.
Exactly.
For yourself.
Exactly.
Amen. And now the people are being blessed.
They are.
You see what I'm saying? All over the country and the world. The world. You see what I'm saying?
Amen.
Because you embraced the journey.
Yeah.
You know?
And I realized I wasn't alone.
Yeah.
Peace wasn't something that I heard people talk about. It was so different. People would ask me, I know serenity means peace, but what is it?
Yeah.
And I literally had to explain to them, like, if I didn't find this, I was going to lose it.
Yeah.
I literally, the vision that he saw was going to come to pass. I literally was going to have a nervous breakdown because I didn't know what to do with the grief that I was experiencing.
Yeah.
And though it's not a ministry of grief, it's a ministry of peace.
Come on. Okay. So as we turn the corner to try to round this out, do you have a question before I ask this last question that I have?
His last question almost wiped me out. So tread lightly, Sam.
I mean, I got a couple in my head brewing. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't want to stop you. I just,
Right.
you know.
That was a very loaded question.
That question,
Very loaded.
if you ask anybody, especially those of us that's supposed to be like men and women of God, that's a struggle that many people don't want to admit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you almost competing. Like who's
Between
number one?
who's
Like,
really your God? Who's
and
really your God?
you know what I'm saying? I went through a similar. It wasn't as in depth as that. My relationship with my mom was, you know, I'm a mama's boy.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying. My mom was it. You know what I mean? And so she was like my rock. And so I had to not so much deal with the, you know, who's number one, but dealing with the fact that you've transitioned her. Now what?
Now what?
Because that transition changed my whole perspective of life. That's one of the reasons why I'm not bothered as much. I mean, I was already away growing up.
Yeah.
But when my mom transitioned, it was like,
Solidified.
whatever. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. Until you lose or till your mom transition up out of here.
Don't talk to me.
And she's not.
No.
None of that stuff y'all talking about bother. It don't bother me.
Because we always say, and this sounds real harsh, if I can live without my mom, I can live without anybody.
And so I just was never the guy that got unwrapped. That really put me in that place where my perspective of life and what's valuable
Yeah.
It's just certain one of the reasons why I'm not bothered, because I understand that there are certain things that's not valuable. You got to understand what's valuable. If I can keep these things that's valuable in place, everything else, I'm good. Yeah, whatever goes on, I can get through that.
Yeah.
You know, and so prior to that was my son being born 13 ounces. That ain't in your notes.
It's not, but I've heard the story, and my God.
So,
And we didn't even bring that up as one of the challenges that shaped our marriage, because that was the challenge that shaped our marriage.
it was. And it happened in that same year.
It did.
But you go through certain things, man, that just for me, I just say for me, certain things just put my life into perspective.
Yeah.
And like she was saying, you know, you see the goals and you see us grinning and skinning on vacation, but you have no idea. Like, you know, this whole journey of ours, I don't know if we make it look good or it's just the grace on our life or the favor. I don't know what it is.
I think it's all of the above.
But that man, listen, when this girl slipped into a coma and my baby was born 13 ounces, he wasn't even a pound.
He wasn't no bigger than this phone.
I was in.
Now that's perspective.
That's how the nurses were holding him.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you serious?
The preemie Pampers was this big.
And they had to
cut the top of it and fold it down, and it was still up here on him.
Oh my God.
They would pick him up and turn him over just like this. And I used to be like, literally fitting your hand.
But the first, I don't know, 24 hours of him being born, she wasn't even conscious.
Yeah.
And so he's in an incubator, she's in a coma, I'm in the hallway, done. Like I don't know what. Like,
Right.
And
You
the
know what I'm
doctors
saying?
told him that me and Amari both were going to die that night.
It's like it's a good chance, you know what I'm saying, you could leave here alone. And so
How about this? We were married 90 days
When all this took place.
when all this took place.
Yeah,
we had
we
just
got
got married in
March.
March.
This was June.
And I was 6 months pregnant when I had him. Go ahead, Sam.
The importance of covering, because you had to keep the faith for your whole family.
For sure.
Because if you lost or gave in to her hatred, the covering would have been off, and then she would have been in the club.
100%.
I would have been.
You remember the episode of Martin when he had one side braid and one side afro? That
Nah,
she wrong, for sure. And I think the only reason that I was able to cover on that level is because of the stuff that I went through without her. Because again, when Amari was born, she was in the coma. She didn't even know she gave birth. So those first 24, 32, 36
First
hours,
3 days.
I'm by myself. So I'm coming to, I had mom.
My mama was there.
I'm coming to the hospital like coma, incubator. Okay, God, what we doing?
What are we
Because
doing?
this is unbelievable. And so it was at that point where I think the perspective of life started shifting for me.
Yeah, I can see that because you said it about your mom, which I feel like that was a second shift.
It
Right.
was.
But I feel like this was
is
the
the
first
first,
shift
for sure.
because you're like, I have literally made a decision that she's my priority. And now we've got these children that are also a priority.
Yeah.
And now I'm in danger of losing,
Right.
and
But you never lost the main priority, and that was your faith in God.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's why the question, because, and I'm just like, but I hope I'm not school.
Yeah,
There
you're
should be no other idols above,
no
before
other
you.
God.
No,
Yeah.
no other gods
Yeah.
before. So the fact that it was sudden and the way you loved, it's like, so you made your mom a God?
And there's a part of me that always says this had to happen in order for me to see God right. Not that I saw him wrong, but I saw her first.
You saw her first and you saw God through her.
Not through your own lens,
Yeah.
from your own perspective.
but God bless her because she always kept directing you right back to him.
100%.
Always.
That's key because a lot of people don't even have that. They call and they like, well, let me tell you what you ought to, and you like, no, she always said, let me show you.
Did you pray?
Right.
Did you pray? Well, she was like, you need to go pray. Because you tripping. I'm like, lady.
That's a blessing, though.
It is.
It's a blessing. So you got anything else for her? Because I don't want to. Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask this one last question. So, with all that you all have gone through, all of the great things that have happened, that God, all the favor that God has shown you, all the challenges you all have been able to overcome, all the different, all the things that have happened over the 22 years, almost 23 years of marriage. What would you say, because we are on the Preston to Purpose podcast, what would you say your purpose is in marriage? Or what have you found your purpose to be? Or what do you believe it to be?
Honestly?
This is our purpose for the world? Like our purpose for what we give?
Yeah, what you give, and just your purpose in general, but also your purpose together. Like, why do you believe God brought y'all together?
Okay.
Like,
go ahead, woman of God.
Cause y'all surely been pressed.
I think one of the main reasons is to help others. Mm-hmm. We love people. Mm-hmm. We really do. And so if we can take what God has given us and help to shape the next young couple, letting them know that they can do it, not like we've done it,
right,
but helping them with the tools to navigate this space in marriage. Mm-hmm. I think that's part of our purpose. Because at one point, we were young, we were trying to work, I was in school, we was in ministry, we were doing all of the things. With the kids. And statistics say we shouldn't be married.
Right.
Especially because I was never his girlfriend. Let's start there. Let's start there.
You know, you gotta let the past go. Yeah. You gotta forgive.
You're wifey now.
That should have sent me to the club. But no, I really believe that there is a grace on our lives, especially for young marriages.
Okay.
Because I believe if we can do it, and we're here 22 years later, anybody could do it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't easy. No. It wasn't easy. It took the grace of God. It took the strength of God. It took having faith. It took me having to trust Him. It just took all of these things that we can put in one pot. Mm-hmm. So I believe that's our purpose for marriage, to be able to be an galvanize.
Example. I think that's the word that just came to mind. Being an example of balance. One of the first things that I learned in ministry was you got to balance this thing out. Yeah. Like you're more than a pastor.
So can you say that again?
You are more than a pastor, preacher, teacher, prophet, whatever you are.
Yeah.
It's more to that than it's more to you than that.
Yeah.
Amen.
And so one of the first things I learned in ministry was spend time with your family. Don't be at this church all night be all day in 5 services and all that. Be with your family.
Amen.
When we started ministry, I never forget this. We went to a pastor's church anniversary. He was not there. Okay. And so we in here, and he came late, like service was almost over. And he came in, he had on like some slacks and a sweater. He was like, man, thank y'all so much for coming to our anniversary today. I wasn't here because I promised my daughter I was going to help her with her project.
Wow.
That was my priority.
Yep.
The team and the staff, y'all did a great job. Thank y'all so much. Thank God for the speaker. Everybody standing, let's dismiss. And I said, I can't believe that, because that was unheard of.
Yeah.
And from that point on, I understood that there has to be a balance.
Yeah.
I will not let ministry overtake my life and be, stuffy and you can't have fun. And
trying to choose.
I just never wanted to do that. And so when I say I believe God, one of the things that I believe God is put us together for is to be an example of what balance looks like.
Yeah.
I can go on a cruise and I can have on my tank top and my shorts and flip flops, and I can have a great time.
Yeah.
And I'm still pastor.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, and I had to explain this to Candace, my morals and principle as pastor is the same as they are as Antoine.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to worry about shifting me. Cause she'll call me and be like, I need my brother.
Not the pastor.
When did you stop?
I need to talk to my brother.
You was a brother first, weren't you?
It's the same answer.
I'm gonna give you the same answer. I got the same values and principles. What do you mean?
Maybe brother will do it a little nicer. I don't know.
That feels good for her. But I really do. I believe that, and we use this word and we kind of laugh about it, but goals, when people say, they see us all the time and be like, man, y'all, and I want people to know, you know, what we have is it's all God.
Yeah.
Like we're living, we are a walking fulfillment of prayers.
And when people say goals, they have to know what's in that.
Yeah.
When you say that we're goals, it came with almost losing my life, almost losing a baby.
Come on.
Going through grief with our parents.
Come on.
Losing my dad. Like, you know.
Yeah.
It comes with that. So when you say goals, you got to know what's wrapped up in that package.
You have to know. It's I love that you said that like that, because people, like we talked about earlier, they only see the real.
Yep.
And listen, it's evident that you all, to me, that you all love one another. When I first heard your story, your origin story, how y'all came together, I was like, what? I mean, that's odd. But but you know that they love each other. Yeah, like there has, from the time that we met y'all, from the very beginning, I knew that y'all loved each other for real. It wasn't just, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't just the picture on Sunday. Y'all love each other for real. It's evident, but the story helps to understand how you all first made a decision, but then how your lives have just been weaved together and how your bond has strengthened throughout these years. And I just appreciate y'all for coming to share this story, because
for having us.
It's gonna help some people.
Yeah.
It's
I hope so.
Absolutely gonna help some people.
We love the rights. Let me just say that.
We do.
I think what you guys are doing is absolutely amazing, and you look good doing it.
Thank you, sir.
I'm looking at y'all. And
I still don't know why I'm in front of the camera. I was fine
love
where
that
I was
you're in
at.
front of the camera.
I was fine in the back. You know?
you're on camera to make her look better.
Good.
Yeah, compliment each other.
And to come through with the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
Listen.
I can answer that from the back.
But yeah, this is great. I think what you guys are doing is necessary.
Yeah.
Necessary. You look amazing doing it. I'm looking at you and you like you belong. Remember Martin said, "This face belongs on the tussle." I'm like, man, they're just killing this, man. She happy. She got that glow. I love it. You can call us anytime.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that, because it was a struggle to accept this call. Because I'm a very private person.
I was gonna say, you don't like being in the front.
Yeah, and but like y'all said, how God just orchestrates things and it just happens. Every time I try to stay in the background, I end up in the front. And I just don't love that. But I'm learning how to embrace what God has, because I understand that when I am obedient, I go through the process and the journey, like, there are blessings that are attached to that.
And it's not about you.
It's not. It's really about the people that God is trying to speak to through us having conversations.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm telling y'all, the people are going to be blessed. I know they are, because I was blessed. Just by having this conversation and getting like, we know y'all, but we got to know you a little bit better today.
And we didn't cry.
Listen, I'm almost about to cry right now, but I'm holding it in. Listen,
Man,
we ain't gonna mess up the makeup today.
Not today.
I was thinking to myself, man, should I have worn them other glasses? Because these glasses, you know.
Well, Sam took his off.
We made it through. You got
I just had a deep question. That's all. I just had to ask a question. You know.
Yeah, that question, man.
That's loaded.
Yeah.
I got to go back home and think about that some more.
Okay.
That's a major question.
Well, we're going to leave it here for now. I just want to say thank you to the Sanders. Thank you to my co-host, Samuel Wright. And I just want to say thank you all for watching and for listening to another episode of Press Into Purpose podcast. Until next time, keep pressing into your purpose.
We should all clean good.
Ching, ching.
Clink, 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 clink. Oh, I got tissue. Clink, 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 clink.
All right. Be blessed.
Be blessed.
On the next episode of Pressed Into Purpose.
And then there was, I have to be honest, there was a past time when we were in high school, and she kind of broke my heart a little bit,
And so he still hung on to that.
Listen, that puppy love can sometimes take you out. It leaves some real scars. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that. I thought he was joking, but he was very, very serious. Very serious. And I was like, okay. So I had to take that into consideration.
Yeah.
So
Hit me right here.
But y'all discussed it,
we did.
Remember that time I was at the locker?
That was really a real conversation because I'm like, boy, I was 16. And then to me, it didn't hold as much weight as it did for him. So now as an adult, I'm looking like, man, that really did impact him and how he maneuvered in other spaces in his life. And so I had to bite the bullet on that one.
See you next time.